It's October, which means I'm morally obligated to make something with pumpkins. Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video, and today we are going to be making mini pumpkin bundt cakes. Timestamps are down below in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah, but stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. And by the way, yes, I did cut my hair, and yes, next week it will be mysteriously long again. I filmed a couple of these things out of order. It really was edging out of the realms of princess long and going into urchin long. Back to pumpkin bundts. This is very easy to make. You don't even need any sort of electric hand mixer, you just need a bowl and a wooden spoon. I actually originally made this recipe back in 2018, and I also made a cream cheese frosting to go with it, which I dyed green because I thought it looked cute at the time. Going to be honest, it didn't look cute. You can see what it looks like in my blog. The cream cheese frosting did taste good though, but to be honest, I really feel like some nice sponge cake without any frills, so today I'm making it without. But you can check out the full post on tashcakes.com if you want to see how I made that cream cheese frosting too. Today we're keeping it simple. If you really want some kind of simple icing with this that's not frosting though, you are very welcome to make a water icing with icing sugar and a little water, and you can drizzle that over. Your cake, your rules. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First things first, we're going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees C. Now let's make our really simple cake batter. We're going to start with the star of the show, pumpkin. So here I have 75 grams of pumpkin puree, 100 milliliters of vegetable oil. This is any flavourless oil, any mildly flavoured oil. And 1 egg. And we're going to give all these wet ingredients a stir, just with a wooden spoon. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients, 100 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of caster sugar. Now we have the spices. We have a whole teaspoonful of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, and a quarter teaspoonful of ground nutmeg. And to bring out the flavours, just a pinch of salt. And now we're just going to give it all a good stir. And that is our batter done. Now what I like to do is I like to put it in a piping bag, because this makes putting it into our cake mould so much easier. You don't have to do this, you can just spoon it into your moulds, but I think it makes life a lot easier, so I'm just going to pour that in there. I'm going to do this off camera because my stand isn't actually high enough to see, and my bowl's going to get in the way. Hang on, I can show you a little bit. Yeah, my stand is in the way. Let me do the rest of this off camera so I don't make a mess. Now I'm going to bring over the bundt moulds. These are silicone ones, so I'm not going to oil them. If you're using metal ones, then do give them an oil so your batter doesn't stick. With silicone, it's not so much of a problem. And now that I have my cake in a piping bag, it's going to be super easy to fill all of these, so let's do that now. Don't worry that these kind of cover the holes. These are going to rise and cover the holes anyway, so that doesn't matter. Now, hang on, I'm going to clean that up a bit. Now we're just going to give it a few quick taps on the counter just to get rid of any air bubbles down there. And now we're going to bake these for 20 to 25 minutes, just until they're golden and risen. It's been 20 minutes. And these are perfection. They smell so good, but unfortunately we're going to have to let them cool down before we do anything, because we don't want to burn our mouths. These are nice and cool now, so let's pop one out of the mould. Perfect. I wish you could smell these through the screen. They smell so good. Let's break one open and see how fluffy they are on the inside. Bite-sized, well, maybe not that small, and my mouth isn't that big, but it is essentially a very fancily bottomed muffin, so you can have it boring side up or fancy side up. I'm going to take a bite. Cheers! Super fluffy and moist. Check out the inside. Lovely, the perfect tea cake. That is a cake to be enjoyed with tea. So there you go, mini pumpkin bundts. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com. Follow me on Instagram, I'm tashcakes.tastes, And find me on TikTok too, I'm Tashcakes there too, but my handle is Food in Slow Motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you liked it to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. Or you can just bake these in an ordinary muffin pan.